Mikael, we just took part in the 2050 session and we heard about Google and Planet satellites being able to tell what type of ship is burning what type of fuel and whether a scrubber is turned on. Is this really the shape of things to come?
It's probably the shape of things to come. Maybe not yet on that detail, but you will know where the vessel is. You are able to understand the speed of the vessel, whether it's running in the best possible way and operated ideally. So that is coming, but the details about knowing what kind of fuel and if the scrubber is on, maybe we are not there yet.
A major focus for the discussions was hydrogen as a future fuel, and there certainly seems a lot of interest around that. But do you think people have truly appreciated the cryogenic requirements in terms of cost, space, safety and technology development?
I think they understand that, and they see that the challenge is mainly on there are technical challenges of course, but on the cost, but everyone has stated that it's the output that is the main issue on this, because the current existing technology talks about kilowatts, not about megawatts as you would need in an installation like this.
Perhaps surprising was there wasn't quite so much discussion around methanol.
That's true, and my feeling is that it has to do to the fact that the fuel availability is limited, and most of the people in this audience that we had today are working on a global scale, so not only locally. I think you can get the fuel easily available in some places for a good price, but on a global scale it's going to be a challenge.
Do you think that the early adopters of these technologies, these fuels, have actually been able to realize a measurable financial return?
I think it has been a challenge for them. I think the price level is not there where it should be. Some of the companies are investing in the future in order to be ahead of the game, to understand what kind of technology to adapt, because as it seems now we need to have this technology available already in 2030. That's only 10 years from now. So we would need to have some kind of an idea where to invest when we build a new vessel.
Now you mentioned investment, and in the open discussion you talked about the financing aspects associated with converting and preparing for these new technologies, these new fuels. What are the realities?
Well, it seems that the one who makes an investment in a shipping company or buys a vessel today, it's a long-term investment, 20 to 30 years. And you don't want to end up with an investment that after 10 years is worthless because your emissions are too high and you can't operate.
And finally, we're talking at the beginning of day one of this conference. What are your early impressions?
I think you have a very interesting topic. You talk about Sulphur Cap 2020, and as you see now it's a bit limiting as everyone starts to talk about the mission in 2050. So I think it's a good start. You have opened the discussions and we see that things are going to move much faster than we maybe thought a few years ago.